Don here. Okay, back again with another live stream. And let's see how my wave. That's okay. I was worried that I was a little too far behind on my audio and video sync, but it's about as good as it's going to be, I think. I'm checking the sound. When I put the camera off to the side, I look fantastic doing that, don't I? Okay. Well, it's not my normal place for my laptop. I'm losing that laptop, using that laptop as my web server, and whenever I do a stream, I'm still using it to monitor my stream. So that was the only good place I had to put it, was up there on top of some boxes above my monitor. So let's see. Okay, I'm getting on the desktop, and I had to take a break there. And so what I just got through doing, Fedora 28 is what I'm running here, and it's getting behind, but it's going to take a lot of work to upgrade. I'd like to make a video of it too, so I'm kind of thinking of how I can get set up to do that. And at a good time, when this is my main machine, it's what I use every day, all day. So anyway, so what I've done is Firefox, over time, it will begin to slow down your machine, and that's why I don't do this refresh very often. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's something you can do when Firefox starts getting bloated with code, from all the web surfing you've doing. And I think a lot of it has to do, for me specifically. Let's see, what do we got going here? Why do I have another whole page opened up here? This is where I left off, and I have another, not just another tab, but another whole page. Healthy internet, telling you how wonderful Firefox. Refresh now, refresh later. Well, I just got through refreshing. I don't know when that opened up. I never noticed it until just now. I want to see what version this is. I don't think it's going to be the new version because, 66.0.4. And that's what I'm running because Fedora 28 is not updating Firefox anymore. It's I'm not even sure if it's still getting security updates. I think it is. But anyway, I need to go on and get up to Fedora 30 or 31. That's what's out. 31's out, but I think it might still be in beta. I haven't done any. I know it's there, and I even downloaded some of the ISOs to check them out. But usually they come out in the summer, and it wasn't out this summer. I downloaded 30 this summer. And that's when I'm pretty sure 30 came out. The full version, not beta, but full release, And then 31, just about within the last few weeks here, I noticed it. I don't know when it came out, but in the last couple of weeks I noticed it, and I said, I'll see what it's like. So I messed around. I haven't, actually, I don't know if I even started it. I don't know if I've started it in VirtualBox just to look at it or not yet. I had too many things pulling me in every direction, so so I refreshed Firefox, and now I want to get and I set up sync first. I hadn't been using sync, but I turned it on, got it going, set it up, refreshed Firefox to clean it out, and it actually does put your old data on your desktop in Fedora, just like it said it was. I thought it might not put it there, but it did. It worked. And I'm gonna save that somewhere in my backup. I have some backup drives and stuff in case I end up needing it. I don't want it sitting there on my desktop. But anyway, it doesn't. Some things it puts back, and some things it doesn't. Because I was running sync, my add-ons got reinstalled right away. But they're all down here instead of up here where I want them. And it's got since I hadn't run sync in Firefox Sync in years, because the last time I ran it, I lost all my bookmarks, thousands of them. I've been manually backing them up and just, putting them back in there manually when I wanted to. So anyway, I went ahead and did it because I didn't want to, I didn't want to have to do all these add-ons and my passwords and everything else under the sun manually. So now I'm going to kind of straighten this up a little bit. Let's see, right-click, customize. I don't use that, whatever that is. I don't even know what it is. Library. What's that? Sidebars. I don't use that. Now download. thing, I want all those things up there. I don't want anything auto hiding. I hate when it does that. I don't want it dragging all around the screen. I don't need that space there. That's just taking up space. I do want the searcher right there. Adblock Plus. What's that one? Web Developer. Well, I'll let it. I already had that. I got a couple of new ones that I don't actually want. Search by image. Like that. Like that. That stylus, you can make pages display the way you want them to. It's a bit tricky. You got to know a little bit about editing HTML. But I did it on YouTube because I couldn't read any of my. Well, let me do this. I can't talk. I can't do and talk at the same time. That Nimbus screenshot tool, that was in my sync stuff. I don't think I want this Dr. Web thing either. That's a link checker, but I got VTZilla works better. It shows you what it's doing. I clicked on it, right-clicked on a link and said scan with Dr. Web, and it didn't, as far as I could tell, it didn't do anything. So never came up with any dialogue or anything telling me what it was doing or what it had done. And any of these other things, let's see, is there anything I want up in there? Seems like there's something else that I like to have up there. I used to put the zoom controls up there, but I always use the keyboard Control plus, Control minus to zoom in and out on the text or pictures. Some of them won't work, but most of them do. Email a link. I've always gone to File, Send this page, and so I still do that even with that links up there because I started doing it before that was available. The print button, I always go to File, Print, and full screen, I usually just hit F11. I want to do that. Yeah. And the bookmarks, there's a button to it. It's up there, the word. I prefer the words anyway. But usually I hit Control, Alt, O, oddly enough, to open bookmarks. Yeah, so that's all I want there. And Control Alt O, no, Control Shift O, sorry. Let's see if it added. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a bunch of old bookmarks in my sync because I haven't used it in years. But I didn't get any new ones in here, so that seems to be fun. But I did go here and I did export as an HTML because if you just do the normal backup and restore, see there's the auto backups that it does. But if you use any of those or if you back it up and then manually restore it, you will overwrite everything that's in here. And that doesn't work for me. I want to usually always mix what's there with what I backed up, unless I lost everything, which did happen once, like I said. So I use the HTML version of it. Only thing is, it puts it usually gives it it'll give it a name. I think imported backups or something, imported bookmarks, and then you can rename that if you want, but you can't get them all to mingle well anymore when you do that. It's kind of a pain. Other than that, it's real good. Okay, now I did all this as part of a goal. Since I'm running Fedora 28, and I'm not quite ready to upgrade to Fedora 3031. Fedora, see, Firefox 70 is out now, and I'm stuck on 66 because it's not updating the apps or hardly any apps. Maybe I'm not even sure if I'm getting security updates anymore. And so I need to do something about all that, except for with Security Linux on Fedora Linux, it's I've never had, knock on wood, never had a major, except for way back in Fedora 9, I had something happen. But as far as something, malware hurting it, I've never even had that happen. But I try to be careful, and like I use VTZilla to scan things, and I have downloaded files. Like one time I downloaded a Debian Linux ISO, and I decided to check it, and sure enough, it was, and I didn't always check my ISOs back in those days because I figured if it comes from, Fedora or Debian, it's going to be clean. They're going to have it cleaned, but somebody had hacked the Debian download site, and it was infected. So when I finally later, a few days or a week later, I saw it on, the internet that had happened. So, deleted that one. But Anyway, there is more and more malware that can hurt Linux systems than ever before. So you got to SE Linux, Security Linux. That's one reason why I just like the way Fedora works. But that definitely, I like Domain, but it doesn't have a security suite for it, like that. Security Linux, anything that is not that it knows it doesn't think should happen, it shuts it down, and so doesn't rely on virus definitions, anything like that. It just knows at what state the system should be in, what are acceptable and unacceptable happenings, and if it's unacceptable, it shuts it down. And if you're trying to do something that is okay, you know it's okay, but it doesn't like it, then you're going to have to get in there and figure out how to tell it it's okay. And I'm not going into that right now, but that's the only, it's a pretty complicated program, I will say that. But it works for the last several years, 5 years maybe, it's worked pretty much seamlessly. I haven't had to mess with it at all. It doesn't stop me. I do install things. I run things that are not from the repos sometimes, as long as it seems like a reputable, project on GitHub or whatever, wherever I found it, But I am on the desktop, right? Let's triple check everything before I go on. So my laptop that I'm using to monitor went to sleep, so. Yeah, so I wanted to. That always makes me think about it. But refreshing is done. I used sync. If you don't know anything about sync, that won't get you to sync. That will sync now. Tools. It used to get you to sync when you do tools, and that'll get you to add-ons. And then, or they call it. It says in here add-ons, but when you get in there, it calls it extensions. There's no add-ons link here. You have to click on extensions. Why do they do that? They just like to be confusing. That's all I can figure. So, yeah, there's a couple I want to get out of here. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and remove those right now. I don't want this one, Nimbus Screenshot. I used to use it years ago, but, number one reason is I usually use my screenshots to capture as when I'm buying stuff, online and stuff, I capture each page as my receipts, and to see if I did something, like if I don't get what I expect, I'll look back and see if I messed up or if they messed up. I don't want that going out to this Nimbus server, that I finally realized that everything that you do, they can see. Now, how much they look at it, I don't know. But the other thing is they've been around for years. I've never heard of anything bad about them, snooping on people or anything, but so many big hacks every other week for the last 3 to 5 years. Anybody with any common sense knows that would be a good place to go get some sensitive information. So that bigger you are, the bigger target you are to be hacked. So, and they're not anything like the banks and everything else that's been hacked, the governments. So remove. Yeah. And sometimes you have to restart Firefox for something to take effect. I only got a couple there. Let's see. Where's the other one? That Doctor. Oh, it's up here. Dr. Web. It didn't even seem to work. I used to use it, but I've got that virus total one. So I'm going to remove it. Good. Let's see. I think that's the only two I got. Oh, that one there. Let's see. Oh, search by image. Yeah, I used to use this a lot. I'm going to go into the preferences and see. When they went to the Firefox Quantum, Quantum version, I think the 10i quit working. I used to use this for years. I might keep it because that some of the searchers aren't working very well in that other one that I've been using. I'm going to keep it and see how well it works. You can right-click on an image and search for, copies of that image on the internet. It's pretty handy. So, okay, yeah, that's what I want. I think I will do a screenshot of that. Actually, I just found something that I may have seen before but don't remember. And that is, let's go ahead and, page tab opened up. So sorry to see you go. And you can actually go to that page. I saved it before I did my sync and after because it tells you, let's see. think I can find it again because I didn't I saved a link to it. Extension, is that it? I believe so. Open in a new tab. No, that's that. Oh, it'll be a Firefox page. Yeah, it was one of those about pages. Maybe it was this one here. Yeah, this is it. And then features, extensions. So and I figured out a while ago, it shows it in real time. If this page is open and you change your extensions, it changes. So now I have AdBlock Plus, Google Translate, search by image stylus, 10i, verse search, image search, video, download, V2, 4B. It's VirusTotal for browsers. Why can't people just say 4? Why do you got to use a number? That went out in 2002. Anyway, kids, web developer. Well, it went out with me when it came in. YouTube video. Okay, so that's a good thing to remember to use. About support, I've seen that 1,000 times. Remembering that that's part of the hoard of information that's in there. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to remember that. I think I'll do extensions. I'll do a screenshot of that. Just that section right there. What's all that? I don't know what Firefox features. Oh, that's okay. I just wanted that to tell me in my screenshot. That's why I took that screenshot. Okay, so they're going to leave it like that. Close the add-on manager. And if you need to know how to refresh Firefox, well, I was looking for clean Firefox, and it's not. It's refresh Firefox. Anyway, you can find it. I don't know. Usually I do better. I was searching on their help page here, and I guess that's how I finally found it. I can't even remember now. Once I remembered, I don't remember how I figured out there. Oh, I think I found it in my bookmarks. So I finally tried something else. Anyway, that tells you how to do it. You definitely want to. The reason I'm making this video because there's a lot of things you got to consider. You know, I thought you were going to lose your bookmarks, and that wasn't one of the things. But your settings, your extensions or add-ons, a bunch of stuff. There's a list down here. I've read it already in the previous video. It will save those, and it will take those out. And so that's what you need to consider that. And what I tried to do is make sure I didn't lose anything that I didn't want to lose that I had to wait. And Firefox Sync is a good way to get most of it back, like your extensions, your passwords, your bookmarks. Well, the bookmarks didn't get lost anyway. So I'm closing this version of Firefox. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to not install. Firefox is installed through the package manager, and you can't get a newer version on this older version of Firefox. I mean of Fedora. But what you can do is run the new version in I call it standalone, or it's kind of like portable mode. But if it was on a USB stick, you couldn't just pop it in another machine and have it work right, because it's depending on. I'll go to the .mozilla folders. That's where Firefox is. It's depending on all of these, everything in here, all the other stuff, except for, well, not much of what's in here, I don't think. There is 2 profiles in here, and there's a profiles INI. I was talking about, I'll just view it. I was thinking you had to manually edit that, but I know you have to do that with Thunderbird too. If you want to import all your emails into a new version of Thunderbird, like if you do a new setup of a new system with a brand new operating system, then you have to copy all your files over and save them, copy them over, and then you got to edit that file. But this one, now they see this one's set as default. There's another one in there. Oh, what do we got here? Profile name, default. Oh, there's not 2 in here. There's just 1, I think. Oh, here's the path. Path, MZ6. Yeah, they're both named default, but I think the one on top is the one it uses for the default. But I was fixing to do that. I did this on my mom's old machine the other day, not making a video, you know. So you can tell those are two profiles because you see those two folders in there. But which one is the one that's being used? Well, the easiest way to tell is which one's got the newest date on it. I've got my stuff organized by newest on top. See, that's 11/26/19, and that's 11/27/19. Oh, why has that been used? That is my Firefox developer version profile. See, it all goes together. And yeah, I did open it a few yesterday. I guess I did. I sure did because I used it. It's pretty lightweight because I don't have a bunch of add-ons and stuff in it. So I used it to upload my YouTube videos. Well, just so that I don't accidentally close them, because you know you have to stay on that page while they're uploading, and I was uploading about 20 gigabytes worth of videos. So I opened it up over here and let it run for all night, you know, while I was on the computer. And how'd I lose where I was at? Oh, I had already closed. Yeah, I closed Firefox. I was like, where'd it go? So that's what that other profile is. Sometimes I end up with extra old profiles that I don't want to use when I build a new system. If I used to always do that, I would copy all my profiles and stuff over from my backup drive, but I quit doing that with Firefox, I guess. I'd forgotten that. But Thunderbird, whoops. Since I'm talking about it, I'll go ahead and explain. See, there's two profiles in there. And there's profiles INI. And this is what I think I was thinking of. Default OPMDZ 415. And see, the other one's not even mentioned in there because I didn't want to use it. That was really an empty. This is what I'm using, and that was really an empty profile because when you install Fedora, it comes with Thunderbird. Let's see. Or no. Doesn't come with Thunderbird. It comes with, I think it still comes with that other email program. And I installed Thunderbird from the repositories, but I don't, if I remember to do it right, I don't open it. I go to my backups, and I copy my old profile in there, and then go and edit that profiles INI to tell it which one I want to be the default. See, that's 7.4.18 last time that one was used. This one was used today. So, and I was thinking I had to do that, and you could do that in Firefox to do a standalone version, but you don't have to if you use sync. I figured that out the other day, and that's a lot easier, I think. I think it would work, but it was I was looking at that profiles and I was like, wait a minute, I don't understand this thing, and it used to be real simple. And that's why you can see there's some difference, and I don't think right now, I don't know how to edit the Mozilla one, and maybe I really never did that. I just got confused about which one what I was trying to do. So I'm going to be on this directory with Crusader File Manager. I like to use it because it works really well for all this kind of thing, you know. I'm going to unpack this over from this left side to the right side. I want to be in my home directory. And before you unpack a file, and for Crusader, most of these compressed files like tar, BZ2, you can just double click on it or hit enter, and it'll either open it up in Crusader or open up the default archive manager and let you see what's in there. And that's what I would do before I unpack something. When you're doing something like this, you don't want all those files. See, there's a folder and then the files are in it. That's great. That's what I want. If it was just all those files, then you need to go make you a folder over here, because you don't want all those files in your home directory. You'd never find them all. See, you don't know all these here. You don't want it all mixed in there with those, and never find anything ever again. I've done it many times over the years. I used, back in the olden days of Windows 3.1 and 98, and I went 3.1, 98, and XP, and then I went to Linux. And back in the olden days, 1998 to 2005. That's funny me saying that. That's like yesterday to me. I'm old. But I didn't get in computers really until 98. I did learn a little bit on Windows 3.1, oddly enough, in 91, 92. And then the computer I ended up getting on the internet with in 98 was still running 3.1.1. It was a different computer, and a new computer, but it was running an old Windows. Anyway, got lost track of what I'm saying. So in Crusader, you could unpack it with that program, but I don't use them much. I usually always use Crusader, and I end up fouling up. So I just go to click on the file, see it's highlighted. I want to unpack it into my home directory, so I click File. Somewhere in here, it's going to say Unpack. Where's it going to go? Home done. Now, if I would have done that and it didn't have that folder inside of that compressed file, it would. It takes a little while, and it doesn't give you any indication of what's going on. So but you can just watch. You'll see it when it pops up over here on the right side. And since I have it organized with the newest on top, it'll be on top. So it'll be just a folder saying Firefox. And so we're going to wait till that gets done before we do anything else. And see, here's one I've already done. That's how I'm running Firefox Developer. And I named it Firefox Dash. It did it Firefox Dash Developer to make sure I don't get mixed up in case I ever at the time I wasn't running two of them like this. And I don't know if I said it, but the goal of this is to now I will be able to run the newest version of Firefox, and it will auto update itself independent of the package manager. I did this with my Fedora 14 system, and I ran it until Fedora 23 came out because I love that system so much. And I still have that one. I just left the box. I went from I got given this quad-core machine, and that was a dual-core, and I went from it to this one and left it just like it was. Sometimes there's apps in there that you can't get anymore, and so I still use it sometimes. So here's your Firefox, the whole thing. It'll run. And you got to look through here. It's kind of easy to organize it by extension and look for Firefox. It doesn't actually have an extension, but I know because of that icon that's the executable for Firefox. It used to be like Firefox.sh or something. I can't remember. But anyway, if you know anything about Linux file extensions, I don't know what they all do and what they all mean. I've never had to learn that. It doesn't require you to do that to run Linux. Mostly you can just install stuff from the repos or repositories, or download an RPM file and run it. So I've never had to get as deep into the file systems and the different file types as I did with Windows to keep it running or to do what I wanted to do. So now I've selected Firefox over here, and I'm going to go to the home directory over here, same directory, well, I was in, and I'm going to say right click, and I'm going to go down here to link handling, new symlink. And now you can't leave the same name as the original or it won't work. It'll just do nothing. And I want to call it Firefox newest version. Anyway, that's what I want to end up having it be. And it puts it in the same directory. In some instances, I don't know. Sometimes or maybe it was a long time ago, it used to put it in the other directory if you were in Twin Panel File Manager, but it doesn't for several years now. Or if there might be some instances where it will do that, but I haven't seen it do it in a while. So that's why you got to pay attention to what you name it and everything. You don't. A symlink, it won't cause you any trouble to have parentheses and stuff in there. If it was a regular file, I wouldn't put anything but either underscores or dashes or spaces. So anyway, I'm going to move it over there, and that's going to, did it do it? The machine that was the laptop. It started working hard. I didn't go into I wanted it on the desktop. See, there's the backup files that was made automatically when I did that. When I did the refresh. I think I just didn't click good or something, so I'm going to try moving that again. I really want it on my desktop. Okay, move. There we go. Yeah, it came up. And so it's over there now. And, well, later on I'll move this. I'll leave it where it is for now. So, let's see. Let's stay in that folder on that side. Well, we'll just stay like that for now. let me go ahead and check on my stream, make sure everything's good with it. My laptop that I'm monitoring with went to sleep. Okay, yeah, I'm still fine. Okay, so we'll just go to the desktop. Now I have that folder I was talking about in this. Now there's no, it doesn't have the Firefox icon, and we'll fix that here in a little bit. First, let's just open it up, and you can right click and say open with, or just say open, or you can double click. Let's just double click. It should just, it may ask you, we'll see if it asks you or if it just opens. No, it just opened up. Sometimes it'll ask you, how do you want to open it? Do you want to run it in the terminal or whatever? You're going to say just open. Okay, this installation of Firefox has a new profile. It does not share bookmarks, passwords, and user preferences with other installations of Firefox, including Firefox, Firefox ESR, Firefox Beta, Firefox Developer, and I mentioned that a while ago, edition, and Firefox Nightly, the nightly builds, I guess, yeah, on this computer. To sync information, I don't know why they made that so big and that's so small. You've already saved to Firefox with this installation of Firefox. Sign in with Firefox account. Continue. Okay, so that just took us to this page. I think I'm going to have to, oops. Yeah, let me go ahead and go back to the, I don't want to show passwords and stuff, and I think you'll be able to see them when I do this. It hasn't synced or anything yet, so, you know, it's not, I'm going to have to manually type it in. And here's the welcome to Firefox page, so-and-so, so-and-so, that popped up alongside that. So I'm just going to get on the camera here while I'm doing this. Let's see. So you use an email to join. You got to join. I already have joined. You know, you got to join the Firefox community and use an email for your username. Your email, yeah. Enter your email, and then of course I had to go find my password a while ago when I was doing this, but I did find it. So I hadn't been using Sync, so I really hadn't been logging into it at all. I actually thought it still logged in automatically. Now it went to the sign-in page. Let me sign in. And look, you know, for a while when they was doing the passwords where you couldn't, people, you know, they couldn't be seen. I can't type things well. I did good, looks like. But they got the button, the little eye that lets you see it. And I use that always now, unless I forget. Because I'll get it wrong so many times. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And yes, I will save that password in this version of Firefox. Okay. And it's sync enabled. So it's it will be, let's go ahead and get over there as quick as we can. Whoop, it went away. So it's going to start downloading all those. It'll put all my passwords and all, and some of my preferences in there. Not sure which ones until I get in there. Now this is what you get after you've put in your email and signed in. You get this page, and if you're just sitting there, there's no other options. It's just doing their darndest, and everybody's trying this crap. I said it a while ago. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not giving you my daggum mobile number. I don't even have one anyway. But I got a Google number, and I'm not giving you that either. I don't want you having it. I don't want you getting it hacked. I don't want you sending me texts and crap and emails on it. You don't need it. None of you do. So stop pushing this crap. It's not secure. It's insecure. Sending those little codes over text you might as well fax it. Is there any encryption on faxes? Is there any encryption on text? Maybe, maybe not. How hard is it for someone to hack your phone? The phones are so easy to hack. They're make Windows look like the most secure system in the world. So there's my rant. Keep your passwords to yourself. Don't give them to nobody else. Don't put them on the internet. Don't put them in no internet password saver. I'm not done yet. And be careful about saving them on your machine. I do save some passwords in Firefox. Yes, I know. I just said that. But I don't save anything that's important to me. I do not save things that could really damage me if they got stolen. Try not to. Sometimes you forget. You put something in there, or it does it. Of course, you saw Firefox. Well, you didn't see it, but it popped up and said, "Do you want to save this password?" So it doesn't do it without asking you. But yeah, here's all my add-ons getting installed. And they all come up, right? They come up with their welcome to my app, But anyway, there's no way to close this within here. You've got to just go up there and close the page. And it makes you sit there and go, what do I do now? Am I done? Did it work? Yeah, it did work because it's installing all my add-ons. So close, bite me, go away. So ABP is in there, and all these sites, I'll get on another rant, but all these sites trying to push at you to not use ad blockers. They're going to go broke and all that crap. If you didn't have annoying, blinking, crappy ads, it wouldn't block them. I couldn't use the internet if I didn't have it. And ad blocks of whatever good ad blocker you use is one of the best security tools you can use, because one of the most dangerous things on the internet is code injection, where you can just go to you've heard of drive-by viruses. You just go to a page and you get infected. If you got Windows, especially. All these ads, that's one of their favorite ways to put malware out, is through ads, because the owners of the sites have no control. You sign up with an ad company, you have no control of what code gets injected into your website. It's coming from that ad company. And, of course, they assure you it's all safe, but it happens every day, all day, that machines are infected with everything under the sun, Trojans and everything else. Turn your computer into a bot, So, anyway, I'm going to close that. It's installed. That's installed. That's installed. That's installed. That's installed. That got installed again. Okay. How the heck can I get that out of my... It's in my sink and it won't go away. I don't want this anymore. I'm going to have to manually uninstall it. I guess I'll just keep... And this one here, it doesn't even work anymore, I don't think. It used to be good. So I have to go in there, and I just got through doing this in my older version of Firefox. Now I have to do it again. Let's see what it says. Firefox changes. I didn't read this the other day when I did it on my mom's machine. I was in a hurry. Changes in your Firefox profile. What changed? New profile. I'm not going to try to read it word for word. I'll get messed up. Changes where Firefox saves information, such as passwords and preferences. Okay. In order to make it easier to switch between installations of Firefox, including each one again and again, like I read a while ago, has a dedicated profile. Okay. Okay, so it's not sharing its profile anymore. Well, I thought it didn't do it. Quit sharing profile. They had their own profile for each version of Firefox for years ago, I thought. Darn sure it does the way I did it anyway, because I guess because I ran it standalone like this. Maybe that's why I did that. You can't install a Firefox developer version in Fedora from the repos. It's not in there. I had to set it up in a standalone version. So I guess that's why I thought that. Does not automatically share your saved information with other Firefox. You have not lost any personal data or customizations. If you already saved information to Firefox on this computer, it will still be available in another Firefox installation. Just not on this one, I guess. What are my options? If you do nothing, your profile data will be different from the other one. If you would like all of your profile data to be the same on all installations, you can use Firefox account to keep them in sync. So you use Firefox sync. They still won't do everything. They said that in the instructions, but I'm going to put this in the, I doubt it's synced the bookmarks yet. It will be doing that. Oh, choose. Yeah, it hadn't done it yet, I don't think. Well, no, it looks like it has. It's already synced the bookmarks. Cool, that was fast. I'm used to it taking forever because I used to have so many thousands of, 20-something like 20 something 1,000 bookmarks or something. I used to keep track of it. Now I don't have, it's just a fraction, small fraction of that. Okay, first thing I can't stand is I'm missing that. At least that's easy. I need my words up there to know what's going on, where I'm going and what I'm doing. I can't stand this Pocket thing. It'll pop up saying, don't you want to save this to Pocket? No, I don't. I looked into it. I didn't like it. It was just another way for Firefox to watch everything. They had access to everything you put in there, just like that Nimbus screenshot that I'm going to uninstall. So this thing, view, save bookmarks and more. Yeah, that is very much like that, a little less in there, but I don't use it. It's just kind of in my way. That might not be too bad if they had a better icon that told me what the heck it was. Those leaning marks. Looks like somebody was trying to, mark to count things, and they couldn't even draw their counting marks straight. I, used to. You might wonder, why in the heck do I care about that? Well, one of the most wonderful things I thought on computers was when the graphics went from the DOS somewhat graphic windows, just different colors, to Windows 3.1 and then 98 and then XP. Everything was 2D graphics. It was beginning to get to almost, there was some applications that had 3D graphics. It was really kind of cool. It used a little too much resources, but it worked on those old machines, Pentium 3s, But now they've gone back to kindergarten graphics on everything, and I hate it. So it just puts me in a bad mood. All right, so I'm trying to find the little, oh yeah, somewhere in there I think there is a customize button, but if you right click, it's right there. So I don't want that space there. That can be useful, that flexible space. I want the search there. I want already did this a while ago on the other one. I wouldn't want it to auto hide, so I'm not clicking that. This I don't want. What's that one? Sidebars. No, I don't use those. What's that one? Firefox account. I don't need that up in there. I know I can get there from, my word menus. Use your words. Okay. And I'm not going to go into what each and every one of them is. I kind of mentioned a little bit about it a while ago. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put them up there, and then I will, just so they're not bugging me being in the wrong place. And then, now is there anything else? I think I used to use some of these other things. I'd put them up there, but I got to where I use the keyboard for most of these little functions. So that, so that was relatively painless. With sync, like I said, I've had it turned off for I don't know how many long, a couple of years more, 4 years. I don't even know, since I lost all my bookmarks one time, thousands of them. But I did have a backup, but it was about 2 months old, so I lost quite a bit. But I lost a lot. I mean, I was able to restore everything up to about a couple of months before that. But and also I discovered after that, at some point I discovered that having all those bookmarks, I didn't read it anywhere. I just figured it out on my own, that having so many bookmarks slowed down. I think it's because I ran it with hardly any in there, and it was running really good, and then I imported bookmarks, and it started running instantly bad. So that's when I realized, well, too many bookmarks slows down your Firefox. So I was fixing to back that up again, but that is exactly the same as when I started today, so I've got a backup of that. I started out with backing up what I had. So tools, let's see, add-ons, let's just look in there. Oh yeah, because I want to take out, but again, why does it say add-ons and then where's add-ons? Oh, it's extensions now. Okay, so I don't want Dr. Web, and I sure hope it does. I think if you leave it in there a while, it will actually end up getting reinstalled back to, I don't want to need to report it, I just don't want to use it, back to both versions. If you kind of wait a few days or a few hours or whatever. Because the next time, like, oh, well, here's what would happen. If I open that other one up again and it would sync immediately, and I just got to deleting those, I think it would go ahead and put them back in there. And I'm going to leave 10i. I used to use that, and like I was saying earlier, I think it quit working when they went to Firefox Quantum version, but I guess they finally got their code updated to where it would work on it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Ninva says, sorry to see you go. It's a good application. I finally realized, I don't want all my things that I take screenshots of. I usually, when I'm shopping, I take to be my receipt trail of what I did and what I ordered and what I didn't. And sometimes I make mistakes, or sometimes you don't get what you ordered, and you can use the screenshots to go back and figure it out. I get something that wasn't what I thought I ordered, and I'm like, what did they do to me? Well, I can see that whether it was their fault or mine, So now, did I show? I didn't actually show it, but here we are. We got Firefox. This is Firefox 70. So we jumped from 66 to 70.0.1. And it is different because I've already seen it. I did it on that other machine. Go into the preferences. It still has that like it did before. And see, now it has a sync button. I think the other one didn't. Yeah, I guess it did. I don't remember now. I've already forgot. But anyway, what would I want to sync? I did the history just because I wanted this to be just like the one I was just on. Now, I don't think I would actually want history all the time. Wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm going to take it out of there. That I'm going to change. I'll probably have to open up the other one to change it, too. It gets kind of confusing. And over the years, they changed how it acted, and so that makes it a little hard to keep up with, too. I like things to, once they work, it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like to stick with it. But, of course, the developers and the writers of the programs, it's their programs, and they're free, open source, and they're giving them away for free, so they can do what the heck they want with them, that's for sure. Sometimes I gripe too much, but about how people do things, when they're giving it to me. But and I've volunteered and done a lot of things over the years myself, and I certainly don't like it if they get in my face griping about how I'm doing something for them for free. So sorry, I probably said a lot of things I shouldn't say. Okay, so privacy and security. Yeah, okay, so I don't want to go into like my password section or anything like that. So hopefully the cookie stuff. Let's see, choose which trackers and scripts to block. Oh, okay, this is a new feature. Well, it was there in the other version, I think. Yeah, it was in 66, but it may look different now. But I'm going to leave it on the defaults because, heads up, it will break some sites. So I'll just leave it as it is, and then if I see that things are popping up that didn't used to pop up or whatever. Of course, I still have AdBlock Plus, and it took care of all the things that Firefox didn't do anything about before. And so far, I haven't seen. Well, I ran 70 the other day for an hour or two on the other machine, and I didn't see it. See, I'm giving trouble. I had, AdBlock Plus on it too. I put it on every machine I've set up, and that says delete cookies and data when Firefox is closed. Now, wait a minute. If you do that, what I've figured out is I just block all third-party cookies, but I don't delete all cookies because then, like if say your Google or whatever you want to, you want to be logged in automatically. You don't have to type that in every time you open and close your browser. It'll get to be a real pain. Things you go to all the time. The cookie is what helps. It's part of what saves your. They do two things. You have your password, login, and all that stuff, and then they have the cookie. And without the cookie, you still have to type in your password again. Okay, let's see. Exceptions, yeah. See, there's none in there. Delete cookies and site data. I want that to do that to a certain extent. You gotta. I think, I don't know if they've changed it or if that's because that might have been how I had it the last time it was synced, you know. That sync that I turned on that I had off for years. Let's see. As long as I haven't closed it yet, it won't delete them. I'm going to do that. I hate to, but yeah, I don't want to delete all the cookies. Yeah, using 22 megabyte managed data. Let's see what. Mozilla. See, I don't have too many. What's that? Technology y2o.com. Okay. Yeah, now I could manually delete that one. There's no telling. That might be from one of those add-ons. It might be. Probably is. 15 minutes ago, I'm going to say get rid of that. Let's see. Since I don't know what technology2.com is, I don't want to be logged in. This is what I was talking about, though. See, if I was logged into it and it's something I use all the time, then it would be a pain in the butt. Okay, so maybe I'll find out it was something to do with one of my home pages or something. I haven't seen them come up. I may have to redo them. I'm not sure. Maybe part of the settings I lost. So what you can do, and you know what, that may be what I've been doing, is doing the delete cookies and then whitelisting sites. You can do that. What I can do is, I didn't see any. I don't want to have to put them all in manually is the thing. Look at the data again. Can you whitelist them from over here? You can't whitelist them from over here. I don't know. This may be different from the older version because it used to didn't. This is getting weird and hard. It's like they want you to keep cookies too. They say that they want to help you stop people from hacking you and tracking you, you know, but that's not making it easy. If you just click delete cookies and site data when Firefox is closed and you don't have anything whitelisted, then this is the exceptions. That's the whitelisted stuff, but I don't want to have to, let's see. See if I type Mozilla, if I type, nothing comes up. I'll have to manually put that junk in there. I will end up doing it, I guess, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, I do like to have my history remembered. It helps me find, if I accidentally close a page or something. Bookmarks, address bar. Yeah. And actually, let's see, do I still, yeah, I've got my little, I don't like it being up all the time. I don't like looking at it, so just do it like that. I'm always taking it up and putting it down. Those should be fine on the defaults. I'm not going to go through them right now, but you do want to check all that. You got to be careful. You'll break things from not working, like especially if you do any chatting with your camera and microphone. If you turn it, let's see. Wait, let's just look at that one. Location. Block new request asking to access your location. You know what? I hate that. Well, I don't want to block them all. There's some sites that won't work without it that I do use. What would that be? If they ask, I can say yes or no. So I'm going to leave it like that. Camera. Yeah. They're all going to ask. As long as it's going to ask. Then it says block pop-up windows. Warn you when it tries to install add-ons. Definitely. No, there ain't no website anywhere except for the Firefox add-on page. Prevent accessibility services. That should be okay. To leave it on. Data collection, allow Firefox to send. Yeah, this has all been reset. I got to go through it all. I've turned that on and off over the time. One thing when my system wasn't running so good, I didn't want any other crap running in the background. I don't really want that. I don't care that I went and read about it. I don't think they're going to snoop too much, but it install. I have seen things. things pop up saying Firefox is installing something, and I'm like, what? And threw me back for 20 minutes trying to figure out what was going on. I thought I got attacked by malware or something, so I'm going to turn it off. Firefox is sending backlog crash reports on your behalf. Now, I used to always turn that on, but evidently they think it's pretty intrusive, so I'm not going to turn it on anymore. Now, if it starts crashing and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, I'll turn it on. I've done it before, and it can end up helping you. Sometimes you'll even get an email from them saying, will you do this, will you run this command or whatever, or change this setting, maybe it'll help you. Basically, it's like I used to do it a lot with Fedora. I would have ABT, automatic bug reporting, ABRT or whatever, and I would talk to the developers on the site, and they would tell me what commands to run to try to figure it out, and they helped me figure it out. And I learned a lot about Linux and Fedora through the developers. Who else would be better to learn from? But it gets to be a lot of work too. So if everything's running smoothly, I just don't have well, they kind of changed it up to the way it works too. So anyway, I haven't talked to them much at all in years. Once in a great while. Yeah, so it's going to block deceptive content, dangerous downloads. Now, if I try to download something, it won't work. Hopefully, that's a new one there. Hopefully, I will remember that I need to go change the setting in here. Common software stuff. Most of this stuff is going to be aimed at Windows, but better safe than sorry. Okay, now certificates. Select one automatically. Ask you every time. I'm going to leave it like that. Usually it's kind of best to leave things on the defaults until you get to know the new setup, Okay, leave that as it is. Search. Oh, yeah. Let's see what it did with that. Yep, it went back to the defaults. I don't really want to search Wikipedia. I don't use Twitter, or I don't like eBay. I don't want to search Amazon straight from the window, really. I used to like to add, I can't think of the name of it. There's a technical search engine. Okay, show search suggestions in the address bar. That's okay. Okay, Google's the default. Oh, they went back to having Google as default. Leave that like that is. That'll be fine for now. Oh, there it is. Find more search engines. Well, I usually put Yahoo in there still. I still use it once in a while. That was my first search engine. Let's see, what was the first one I used? There was one called Mosaic, a way to search called Mosaic, and it was kind of cool, but kind of, it would show you a whole bunch of images when you did a search, and then you could click on it to go there. There was two ways. There was two things called Mosaic. One did that, and another one was more of a regular search engine. But anyway, I can't think of anything. Alta Vista, that was the first one I used, and it was hard to use. You had to learn how to use it. You had to type the right syntax in there. It wasn't real hard, but it was definitely, you didn't just type out some everyday words. You had to put a space meant something, plus, minus, Actually, you can still do all that in Google to refine your search. Wolfram Alpha, that's what I was thinking of. Let's see if I can find it. I did this last time I did this, it was kind of a pain in the butt finding it and getting it in there, but let's see. Yeah, it's not even in the list. I'm not so sure what Yahoo's up to. They keep saying they're going to go broke and go out of business. I guess they're still there so far, I guess. There. Wolfram, I don't use it much, but it is really cool when you want to do some real technical searching. Add Wolfram Alpha. don't make it the current search engine, just add it. Should be up in there now. Yeah. Now what's that? Add Firefox. What? I clicked on that little search icon, and that used to just tell you your search engines. Add Firefox add-ons. Change search settings. It's back to where I already was. Did it take me to a new instance of that? Let's put that in Firefox add-ons. They're considering it an add-on now. Let's see. Yahoo. I want to go ahead and put it in there because search and new tab Yahoo. Well, I don't know Yahoo toolbar. That's where you know Google used to give Yahoo a lot of pain because that Yahoo toolbar was a pain in the butt and always installing extra pups. They didn't call it that back then. Potentially unwanted programs installed in no telling what along with the Yahoo toolbar. I used to use it when it first came out and it was cool, and then it got to be a bunch of crapware. Search and new tab. I think I would like that because I usually always hold down Control to open everything in a new tab, but that would actually be good. Just trying to make sure it's the one, really the right one I want. Yeah, that's the only one I want. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I don't want to get no more. Not monitored by Mozilla. Make sure you trust. Oh, is this not by Yahoo? It's not made by Yahoo. Oh, it says Yahoo. Yeah, I think it's Yahoo. So I'll put it in there, and if I find out, well, you got to be careful because like when Firefox went to the new version, the Quantum version, I really wanted BTzilla, VoiceTotal. They call it 100 different names. I really wanted it, and I got one that I thought was it, and it wasn't. It's an open source project, so it's perfectly fine to copy it and everything. But somebody made theirs. They hadn't got theirs up and going yet to work with Quantum. Somebody made one that looked like it was it, and I'm happily working along. You know, after for a month or two, I was like, all of a sudden I'm getting pages just opening up. It looked like, you know, when a browser extension gets like when they kept popping up, tabs popping up saying thanks for installing the tab. Actually, that's what it was doing, and every time it would update. And at other random times, I think, it would open up to all these game ads and blinking crap. And even AdBlock Plus wouldn't stop it, you know. And finally figured out it wasn't even, and it was to malware. It was malware. If you'd have clicked on that stuff, it had been malware, Windows malware, I think. But that was a real pain. I made a bunch of videos on it. And I reported it to Firefox. They never, for a couple of months, they never took it down. I had to quit looking. They never answered me or anything. And this was all at the beginning of Quantum, the big new safe Firefox add-on setup, you know. So you got to watch out for yourself with everything. And, just because something looks like it's from something that you think is okay, it may not actually even be from them. So it says it is. Oh, you can look if there's any reviews. Where's any reviews on here? But that one I think had it didn't have but like 3 or 4 reviews, one bad one and the rest okay. There's a 76 reviews there. Let's see. Well, it's got a bunch of 1-star reviews. Some people like it. Let's see if we can go to the 1-star reviews and see why. Slow and low. I don't think I want it. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I don't really hardly ever use it. So that Wolfram Alpha has been a highly technical search engine. It's been around for a long time, and it's cool. It's cool when you want something like that. Okay, so only thing I got to choose from then is DuckDuckGo, which is good, but when it goes to search images or videos or anything, it just goes back and uses Google's image or video search. So The only thing it's really good for is text search. And so I'm not going to, I started to demonstrate that new other search engine, but the Wolfram Alpha, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to have to quit pretty soon. Okay. Yeah, this one I want it to be the default. I'm going to click make default right now. Make sure. It may ask you 3 more times later anyway. Let's see. Yeah, opening tabs instead of windows. Warn when closing multiple tabs. I sometimes like that, sometimes don't, because it just slows it down. Sometimes I'm in a hurry to get them closed because it'll overwork my system. I'm going to leave it off. I don't like it switching to the new tab. I like it like that. Oh, that looks like it's still on my text size. That's good. Check your spelling. Save to downloads. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Applications. Choose how Firefox handles IRC. Ask. Mail to Thunderbird. That's, well, I had it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and preview the PDFs in Firefox. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, you have to use DRM if you're going to watch half the videos on the internet now. So, digital rights management. Used to you could not use that and you'd be fine. But okay, update stuff. Oh, is there I guess it's just going to update. Used to you had to go tell it, turn on update automatically. I think it's to the default now. Looks like it. As long as it updates itself automatically, we'll be fine. Oh, there it is. Automatically install updates recommended. Yes. Yeah. Automatically update search engines. Yeah. Okay. That's not going to change the. I threw me off the last time I saw that. It's not going to change the search engine. It's just going to update the code for the little search engine add. It's really a little add-on. I just thought it was a link to the search engine, but it's actually a little add-on. I'll use that. I don't know enough to change all that manually. I don't think. I don't remember it. Browsing, auto scrolling, smooth scrolling. Search for text when you start typing. I guess that's different than the other one that we saw earlier that said autofill, you know, or all that. I'm going to leave it as it is. Recommend extensions as you browse. No, I hate that. Recommend features. I don't want that either. I don't want crap popping up, interrupting my work or my fun, either one. Okay, home. Okay, it did get my search in my home pages, it looks like. I'll have to try the home button to see. Let's do that now. Click over there and hit home. I should have UStart and Google. I hope that UStart, yeah, see, that's not logged in automatically like it should be, but hopefully I'll just click on login and it'll already be there. Yeah, that's all I got to do is just click login. Now it should stay because I'm not deleting all the cookies and all that junk. That's not 16 text. What size is it on? I don't know. The text may not be set right after all. That was tiny. That's still not big enough. I'm trying to look. Usually, 170%. Yeah, it's set on the wrong text, so I got to go back and set the text. The text, whatever. See, I'm at 170%. Usually I stay at 90 to 120, and I'm fine. And Google should, well, it won't show the stuff, so get it signed in. There. Okay, so now it should stay signed in. All right. I don't want that top sites thing on my new tab page, all this junk. I don't want all that. I don't want any pocket anything. I don't want highlights. That got set back. Oh, wait, top sites, the ones you visit most. That's the only thing I do want. And the web search in there is okay, except for I don't use it. I just use that right there. That's what I've been doing for so many years. Snippets. I guess that's how I had it before. As long as it's not throwing a bunch of crap in there. Welcome to Firefox. That may be there because it's a new install. But there, yeah, that's all I get is a little search engine, which is really it'll go through Firefox's Google search, you know. Firefox's custom Google search. I got custom Google searches too on my website. So anyway, that's fine. That's kind of helpful. But all that other crap used to just bug the heck out of me. And some of it actually did look a little interesting, some of those recommended junk. And then it was really just crap. And it would distract me from what I was trying to do. Maybe aggravate me. So this is where I was before. Okay, so I'm going to go back to general and let's see. What is it? Fonts? Yeah, okay. I didn't go in there. Size 16. Oh, there you go. That one's on 12. I think 16 is what I use. Or maybe I use. Oh, no minimum font size. So I'll start with 16, and if that's not big enough for me, I don't see well, and I have to wear. I don't see. I can't even read the computer without some of these. I wear, just magnifying glasses. I don't have real glasses, but I can't see. I got to make the text bigger and wear those glasses. Okay, so I think that's fine. Let's see what we get now. Let's go to the home page and see if it looks any better. Maybe I need to be even bigger than that. Ooh, that's pretty good size. Oh, that's because we're at 170%. I think I might need to be bigger than that, though. Well, if you get too big, then the text gets, it starts wrapping around and making it hard to read things. And so that's on, yeah. I want to leave it on 100%, and then it should be fair. This page is, for me, a good gauge as to how everything's going to work out. Maybe I've been on 18. I don't remember now. But you have to go in here and change them all to get the, you probably could just go to minimum font size and leave the rest as they were, but I think it's still, see, that's for Deja Vu, that's for Serif, and then I don't really know why. Oh, Serif sans serif. But if you just did that one, you might be all right. If I like it to see whatever fonts they use. That's fine. I don't want all the same exact font on every page. Fallback text encoding. Oh, where I'm at or they are. I'm not sure which, but that I don't usually mess with that. It's still a little small. I don't think I was that. That's about where I generally, maybe I kind of, on that page, maybe I've been doing that, going up. Because if you do, I'm going to leave it there. I think if I go to 22 or whatever, maybe I've been on 22, but I'm going to leave it on 18 now. Because when I go back to doing my normal surfing, see, like this page on 100%, that's perfect size. That's fine. If my eyes get a little blurry, I have diabetes and they do get blurry, I can just hit Control+, Control-. See, on most pages in the browser, even just about, that's not even a website, it's their admin page. It will work. And also in other programs, Control+, Control-. Learned that years ago, and it's quite helpful. So I think that's enough. I will probably run into a few more things I forgot. But it's definitely not a really quick thing. I kept debating, well, it only really takes about 25-35 minutes to install Fedora, and I thought, well, why don't I just install 31? Then I started thinking of all the things I got to do to get all the programs I want on there and all that stuff, and I thought, there's things I need to be able to do, tonight. Well, not tonight, it's going to be too late, but tomorrow, the next day, without having to spend days or a couple. It could end up being, really, to get the system back up the way I want it, it'll probably take a couple of months. I can get my basic stuff going in a few days, but now I can still, do things online, feel safe. What is that? What's new? I don't even know what that is, but it came up after. Now, where did it go? Oh, I hate how some of them, you have to use the customize button. That was something they started doing. Used to, you could just drag them as you wanted. This one is, oh, I remember that came in the new version and I couldn't get it to go away. And then it kind of went away. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, it went away. Now that I opened it, it went away. It must come up every once in a while when it thinks it has something to tell you. There it is. Can I tell it to? Oh, I see. Can I tell it to not come up? Get the app. Oh, yeah, like I'm going to give my passwords to some app. This I just told you I would never do that. At least not on not an internet app or a phone app, that stores it on the internet, on someone else's server somewhere. Okay, well, that's a whole new thing that I don't know how to control yet. So, what else do I need to do? I think I've got Firefox back up and running okay. And it's going to automatic update. And hopefully I will get around to, see, I have a real Hewlett-Packard HP server that's 2 6-core processors. It runs 24 cores and it has 64 gig of RAM that I want to set up and start using as my I'm going to set it up like a desktop, but I'm going to run. First, I thought I might set it up as a I can't say the words, with just a command line interface, and it would just serve up. It would be running the virtual machines of all what I want to run, including my main operating system. But I got to thinking, well, that means everything I have to connect to it, say from this machine over the network, and that's going to slow all my work. My applications are going to slow down and probably be terrible. At first, I thought it'd probably be good, because I've got gigabit routers and stuff, but I don't think so, because when you start serving graphics, like used to, remote desktop worked really well when on my Fedora 14 system, going to it or from it to other machines, you could forget that you were even doing it remotely with virtual. I was using VirtualBox, and I was using KRFB is what I use now, because I used to use Vino VNC server. And it's hard to set up now. There's no graphic user interface to set it up. Used to, it was in the system. It came with Genome 2. And it came with Mate. Well, maybe it didn't come with Mate. It came with Genome 2. And you could just go in there and set it up, go. Then the last one I know of that works well and easy, and all you have to do is just open it and turn on, connect what machine you want. This is the server. Like if I open KRFB, it'll turn on the VNC server. I don't let them run all the time anymore. I used to do that, but it's too dangerous. People get through your routers and they get in your machine, they can do anything they want. But this is the viewer. I forgot what its name, but they have the same icon, and I don't really like that, but I haven't bothered to fix it. Anyway, if you want to view another machine, use the viewer. If you want to have other machines view and or control your machine, you turn on KRFB, and it's a KDE app. Works fine, but it is... Of course, the graphics are bigger now than they used to be and stuff like that. But, there was 1920 by 1080 back on Fedora 14, too. I think it just doesn't work as well as... I probably should just get down and learn how to get in the command line and set up Vino again. I got a feeling it would still work good. That was the one. I remember its name because it was the best one I ever used. You can install it, but I tried to set it up five times, and I had such a headache I quit trying. I'd get it work one time, maybe 1 or 2 times, and every machine you got to manually set it up in the command line, and it's just a real pain. And it especially made me mad because it used to just came with Genome 2, and you just turn it on or off, So I don't. If you hadn't noticed, I don't like working in the command line. No, I'm not afraid of it. I just don't like it because my brain doesn't work well with that. I can't remember all the commands and like space here, underscore there, dash here. And I have my eyes swap letters and numbers, and I can't type accurately. So sometimes I can for a short period of time, but it doesn't usually last. Oh, yeah. Let's finish setting up our shortcuts. I haven't done that yet. Okay, so we know that this one... I usually do it just I'll do it on the desktop. We know that this one goes to Home Firefox. So we need to kind of pay attention, where they go. So when we go setting them up, let's close this browser this time. So we want the nice icon for one thing, but we also want to, I want to set this one up here. It goes to the old version. And so I'm going to edit it. So you can just right click to edit. So I'm going to say right click, properties, and the target location right here. Let's see, no, that's not it. You want the target, link target. And you can do that. You can copy it from there. And then I can go up here to this one. I don't know if I can close that and it still work or not. So I'm going to leave it open to be sure I don't lose what I just copied. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Some windows, if you close them, you lose what you copied. Now this one, you right click properties. And it just says target. And the name, well, I'm going to change the name to the same as that. And there's the old, if you just want to open up the installed version of Firefox, you can type, if you can remember, you know, like I'll do a screenshot of it. I've done that. If you can remember that, you can just do that. And I can just paste that in there, or I could browse to it. It would be simple enough to browse to it, but since it's easy, you know, since I've got all this right here, I'll just do it this way. Okay, so now it should open up the new version. And you notice that there's wildly different ways to open up a program. Like that was Firefox space %, and that would open up. Now this is the actual address of it, you know, the actual, not URL, but I forgot what they call it. But it's kind of confusing looking because it's home Don Firefox Firefox. And the first one's a folder, the last one is the executable for Firefox. And it doesn't have an extension, so you don't want an extension on there. Now, I want that to have, I usually leave those there. It helps me remember that I've got the new version in here, and I just know in my head that I have changed that one. I used to delete that and then drag this up here or do something, and that works. But that turned out to be easier to do it this way to me. But here, I want that the icon here. Now, it took me a while to kind of catch on to something that's pretty simple, but it took me a while to catch on. Okay, this one's icon, it shows you right where it is. Now, you can't copy that address. You can try, but I don't think you can. Copy location, yes, you can. Well, that I don't think, but users share icons, high color 48 by 48 apps, and then Firefox ping. Now, let's see if we can. I don't think it allows you to paste it in there. Yeah, it doesn't give you a place to paste. Well, let's try other locations. I don't think you'll ever get a, you'll never get a place that would allow you to copy and paste that. Used to, you did. There was always a window in here, and maybe if I went into the settings, I could find it again. But I don't know how to do it right offhand. So, oh, did I close that section or what? Oh, I guess it did. I did close it. Okay, so I got to look in there again because I've already forgot it. User share icons. I'm going to do a screenshot. That might be easier than trying to keep that open. User share icons, high color 48 by 48 apps, Firefox. User. Did I see it? User share. Forgot again. Icons. Where is that? It's pretty tricky having all these windows open, but I think the last time, the other day when I did this, I kept that screenshot I just took. I think I can use my screenshot if I could get up my fingers on my home keys. It's not organized the way I'm used to, so it's throwing me off. Okay. Open this up in the viewer. And let's move this picture over there. Can I do? Oh yeah, this one won't let you do that. But I think I can move this to workspace 4. and have them in the same window. Yeah, that's all I need is to see that right there. And it won't change on me. I can't jack that one up now that it's just a picture. User share icons. It's easy, kind of easy. It's not working. What am I doing? Why is there more than one icons? Okay, that's not working for me. I guess I'm going to have to just look for it. It seems like I might have got off track. Oops. Did I close it? Nope, there it is. I was trying to have the whole thing in the window. This, you know, this file, this dialog here, this file manager dialog, where it used to didn't even have a search in there, I don't think. And now, like, I'm used to being able to type in Crusader, and it goes to the folder that I type. And here it does this search, and so that's why it's bringing up icons. I think I'm already lost. It seems to me I'm lost. So let's do it again. Now I want to go. This is really hard for me. It's probably pretty simple for most people, but the easiest way for me to do it, it's still not we're still where we were before. Okay, maybe I can tell user share local, user share icons, Yeah, I can't find it. Okay, so what I can do though, I'll go to other locations, go to computer, start at the beginning. User USR share. I'm not good at looking through long lists. That's why I was trying to type through there. And it used to work in every menu, or whatever you want to call it, of the Fedora systems. I got to get cough drop before I have a coughing fit. I finally got me some. I had to finally order these lemon. Couldn't get the ones I wanted. Well, they had some. Walmart's gone crazy. They're like Amazon, only worse now. They have all these other sellers that sell stuff. A $2 bag of cough drops, I saw them for 19 something, $20. If you don't pay attention, you will get ripped off on there. Okay. User share. Now I keep wanting to start typing, but if I do that, I'll get all lost again. I don't see icons at all. It's not enough. Oh, it's in newest. It's not in alphabetical order. No wonder I'm losing my mind here. I forgot to change that. It's way down there too. That's why I don't like doing that. I like to type to get there. User share icons. High color. It won't roll, but I don't see an H. There it is, high color, 48 by 48. See, even if you're very inept at doing some things, you can still find it. You can still get by one way or the other. You just got to learn the tricks to. Now in here, I think I can type Firefox. I think. Yeah, Firefox ping. There it is. That was in a file list with no folders, and it works. But it still did the search. See up there, that's handy, but it also throws me way off at times. Now we got our icon. All that to get that little icon. There's other ways I've done it, but that really is, other than that problem I was having, that's a good way to do it. So now I've got my icon on there. I wonder, yeah, let's go ahead and sort this by name. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to, oh yeah, I want to move that. I don't want that on the desktop. But I do want to keep it. And then here it doesn't show an icon. It might when I close it and open it again. That icon didn't get changed because all they did was change the address of that. Before we go off and do any more, before we do, let's test this. Make sure it does like I expected, that it opens it up. You've got the browser meet the rest of Firefox. What happened to my home page? Yeah, I've got the right one. I got it set up. The home page should still work. I think the next time maybe it'll open up. And the texture does look small, way smaller than I set it for. Well, I'll worry about that. Let's see. Maybe it's just no. That's 100%. Maybe that is what I set it for. Maybe I've been going to 22. We'll find out. Font size. Getting where I need a break, so I'm going to try to wrap up last bits of this. Let's close it again and see if it goes back to our home page. While that's finishing closing up, there's my screenshots. Firefox. I'm not sure where I want this. I think I want to put it in the .mozilla folder. Yeah, and then I will know what it goes with. Yeah. And so I can still run the old version if I ever want to. You know, I have done it before when I've done this. Like I said, there's a feature changed and missing, and I opened up the old one in the meantime, you know, to just get done what I'm trying to get done, something that still works. Yeah, well, see that when the video gets bigger, it doesn't change this quick, so you can't see it changing in real time. But so now all I have on, it's funny, there's a lot of stuff on the desktop, but you saw that one icon there maybe, but that's the only thing that shows up is just that one I added. These other ones don't show up there. I guess maybe they don't want you to, they're system icons and they don't want you to mess them up, which is kind of a good safety thing. I wouldn't want to lose my backup drive icons, or that's what's mounted. They go up there. They're only there if they're mounted. If they didn't mount, something went wrong, or if they're not plugged in or whatever, not turned on. Those are USB backup drives, you know. But these two always there. The trash is always there. And it looks funny because I guess I haven't reorganized that in a long time. I think the trash usually stays up there right under, or maybe I put it there because I didn't like it down there at the bottom, but it doesn't really matter. I'll get used to it. So I don't really, it's a funny thing about on Fedora for the last, I don't know how many years, it's kind of hinky sticking. I used to put a lot of icons on my desktop because I was used to that. I got used to it in Windows 3.1. That's how it worked, you know. And I kept doing it for years. I'd do it on XP, and I still do it on XP. I have an XP virtual machine and VirtualBox here. And anyway, if you click on it in Fedora in the last several years, it will sometimes take, sometimes not. You got to double click, triple click kind of to get it. It's funny, if you ever noticed, like you have to click like harder, and I don't see how you could click harder, but you actually, if you do, maybe you do it a little slower. I don't know. Anyway, this one click opens it up. Everything up here perfectly. This one click just highlights it. Double click, it will open it up, but it won't always work. Sometimes you can click on it 5 times and it still won't work, and then when you finally give up and click on this, then it's trying to open up 2 versions. You know, it's a little slower too, I guess. So, well, let's open this up again. Well, that's nice and fast. Firefox has been really, really slow at opening up for a while now. So it wasn't that my system, whole operating system was bloated. It was that Firefox was bloated. So I keep wanting to fix that because it's bugging me. I'm guessing I'm going to have to go to a bigger font, but I'm afraid that I'm going to wait and see after I've been around some other pages and see if that's really what I want to do. But there you go. That's how you run Firefox. the newest version, standalone or portable, somewhat portable. Like I said, it's really not portable. It's still, well, they were saying, I didn't realize that they've changed it in this version. It might really be portable now. Maybe it really is, because it said it has its own profile. See, used to, I figured it out by looking through the folders. Okay, I don't see a profile folder in there. See, it doesn't put a profile folder in there. So it sat there, and the way I understood what they were saying is it was, okay, maybe .mozilla, Firefox. Now there's 3 profiles in there. And that's the old one that's not being used at all, 11.26. Well, no, that's Firefox. It is being used as Firefox developer. This one, 11/27/19, 10:42 p.m. So that's the one I was using all the time. I'm going by the dates, that's how I'm figuring it out. And then this one is the one I just set up. So see, you can't just take that Firefox folder and pop it on a USB stick and run it like you. There is ways you can run Firefox and many other apps on portable. It used to be popular. I don't really see anybody even talking about it much online anymore. But I guess because your devices are portable enough, you don't really need to run around with a USB stick and plug it into computers. You know, you got your tablet, your phone, all that. Laptops are lighter. Well, some of them are. So anyway, there it is. It's got new, but it's inside the .mozilla folder. See, .mozilla. So it's not. I mean, you might be able to copy .mozilla, this whole folder over, and the Firefox folder. Copy those older, maybe they would all run, you know, but you'd have to go find the executable and stuff. But if you're in another machine, you know, it would only run in a Fedora Linux machine of the right age. If it was too old or too new, if it was 31, it would probably run, but I don't see why it wouldn't. It might updo. I don't know. It should be fine, but thing is with Linux, if you get on the root directory, see all these? You know, I was going to find those icons. The icons would be gone because where were they? User, share, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. That's just an icon. Now, there is all these different things that I have. And every developer writes their program to go where they want all their, you know, like in Windows, you have all your DIL files in a certain folder and System32 folder and all that. Well, it's not all the same in Linux. It's whatever the developer of that program, where they want to put them, as long as it works, of course. But there's like user share that may have, look at their applications. Skype for Linux is right there. Applications, KDE, KDE4, screensavers. Just everything under the sun. It could be all over the place. And some of them are in places that, you know, once in a while I'll need to, like if you ever wanted to manually delete a program, it'd be easier to reinstall your operating system for most of them. SRV, well, that's where you're, let's know that. Well, SRV would be where Devane puts websites. VAR is where, there's www. This is if you had a website. Did I have a website on here? I didn't think so. I got a few folders in there. Why do I have any of those in there? That's a few folders from my website. I don't know why that's in there. I wonder if I got mixed up and started copying them over there and then quit one day when I was, you know, like trying to copy my website to the actual server. I didn't expect it to be anything but empty. I don't run FTP servers on this machine, but if you did, that's where you'd put the files. Anyway, Linux and each Linux distro is different from the other too. See, I'm just tapping on the keyboard, hitting enter. That's what I was trying to do a while ago, and I got all messed up. Crusader does that all day long. It doesn't have one of those automatic search bars. If you want to search, you go up here and use that. But yeah, that's bigger. It was 2.7. I remember that somehow. I'm 2.9 now. So that's it. And I'm dying for a break and hungry too. So took a good while, didn't it, to get all that, to do the clean in Firefox or the refresh and then set up. I wanted to refresh it first. so that my new setup, I knew it was going to be sharing a lot of the profile, the underlying back end in the .mozilla folder. I didn't want it to be all bloated. So that's why I refreshed it first and then set up the newest version. Now, everything else is still going to depend on, I don't really have anything else that's running like that, I think you can do that with Thunderbird, I think. I don't remember if I ever did it or not now. I think you can. You can do it with Firefox, any version of Firefox. Pretty sure you can do it with Chrome. It would probably be pretty hard with OpenOffice. I used to see Mozilla on those portals. Used to could download like apps that were set up to run on USB sticks. They called them portable apps. VLC will run like that. It's portable, much less the way I just did it. But I call it standalone. I've never seen anybody else do it or talk about it. Of course, I don't watch this kind of video. I don't watch a lot of them. I make a lot of them. But I watch videos about stuff I don't know anything about, like commercial servers. I've been watching videos on those for a couple of years. A guy named Morton over in, I always forget the name of the country, but anyway, I think, I sort of say he's Dutch. He speaks English well, but his native language is Dutch. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it. Now I forget which country. There's countries that are all kind of close together. Finland and all those other countries right in there. I forget which one. He always says it, and I always remember it for 5 whole minutes if I'm lucky. But anyway, he's a great, fun guy to watch. He's nice, and he really knows the servers, and he loves Lenovo's, but they're a lot more expensive. So I ended up getting. Has done. Several good videos on HP stuff. He has some HP stuff. He is a server admin by trade, but he has servers set up in his a whole rack, 3 racks of servers set up in his home, and he's always messing with them and making videos. And also sometimes he makes videos like when they install new servers at work. Sometimes they'll let him make videos of that, and. Or just unboxing some like $20,000 server or something. It's pretty cool to see stuff like that. So anyway, I did, like I said earlier, I bought, let's see, what did I pay for that? $360 or something like that. For HP 2.6 cores, 64 gig of RAM. It will run a video card. I haven't got one yet. That's one of the main reasons I haven't set it up yet. I was thinking of running it in server, just as a server, but now I think I'm going to turn it into a desktop really, and I'll put I can put lots of virtual machines on it. I can't run Windows 7 virtual machine on this quad core. It just can't handle it. It can barely handle XP. But I don't have any 7 machines running now because of that. I had some actual hardware, and I somehow got a network virus that screwed them all of them I had up. I just reformatted everything, just put Linux on everything. I was tired of it. A couple of years ago, I got sick of messing with it. I never used them hardly ever, and somehow they got infected. Just sitting there. They got infected. Something I put on there allowed it, I'm sure, or there was some backdoor that in Windows that somebody exploited with some sort of net crawling malware, but just because they were turned on, they got hit. But anyway, usually when I got hit by something when I used to use Windows, I would figure out what did it and make sure and delete, get rid of that program and never touch it again. But I didn't figure it out that time. But there are some things where you want to do something with a certain program that won't run on Linux. So in Wine, the Windows emulator doesn't work very well on most things. It takes so much setup. You got to install .NET and everything else to get things to work. So it's just too much of a pain. I used to use it years ago. So anyway, with a powerful server with lots of RAM, I can run all kinds of virtual machines. And I wasn't kind of wanting to get away from VirtualBox. I wanted to use a hypervisor. That's the word. In a hypervisor, normally, I don't know a lot about them. I've never set one up yet. But I was wanting to learn how to use the Fedora or the Red Hat hypervisor. But that would be just, you wouldn't need a lot of video RAM, you know, just the 8, whatever it is on there. I don't remember what's on that server now. It's not much. Would run it just fine because it doesn't have a graphic user interface. But then I would have to run everything. I'd have to still use this machine or to run them across the network, and I think I would just have lots of headaches and everything running too slow for my taste. So I'll go ahead and install Fedora 3031 on there, graphic user interface. I'll buy me a nice video card for it. You can put a PCIe video card in it, and then I will I probably may start out just using VirtualBox. That's what I've been using all these years and know how to use it. I saw another server admin guy, one that Morton is actually kind of friends with. I live in Texas. This guy lives in Texas, and he was saying that's what he's done for a living for many years. And he was saying he likes to just use VirtualBox. It's simple, quick, and so I might, like learn hypervisors as a very side project and not try to go straight into it, because I think it's got a pretty big learning curve. I can always run a hypervisor in a VM, in a virtual machine, and VirtualBox probably, and see what it's like. So anyway, I'm about to die to have a break now, so I'm going to go, and that'll be all my videos for tonight. Hope this gives somebody some ideas, so talk to you later. Bye.